Welcome to my Timeless Bible Story YouTube channel with the new video on Nimrod, the first black king in the Bible. Let's start the video now. When we talk about kings in the Bible, names like David and Solomon often come to mind. But long before them, the scriptures introduce us to a mighty man named Nimrod, described in Genesis 10, verses 8 to 10, as a mighty hunter before the Lord. Nimrod is recognized by many as the first king mentioned in the Bible, a ruler whose power stretched across Mesopotamia. Ancient tradition and biblical history connect Nimrod's lineage back to Cush, the son of Ham, which means Nimrod was of African descent. This makes him one of the earliest and possibly the first black king in biblical history. His story is both fascinating and controversial, as it reveals the beginnings of human kingdoms, pride, and rebellion. Nimrod was the great-grandson of Noah, descended through Ham and Cush. In Genesis 10, we read that Cush became the father of Nimrod, who grew to be a mighty warrior and ruler. Unlike others who settled peacefully, Nimrod sought dominance, building cities and establishing kingdoms. He was not just a hunter of animals, he was a hunter of men, a figure of conquest and expansion. His reputation grew as a powerful leader who brought people together under his rule. Yet with that power also came pride. Many scholars believe Nimrod spearheaded the building of the Tower of Babel, a project that symbolized human arrogance and rebellion against God. The Bible says the beginning of Nimrod's kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in Shinar. This region, known as Mesopotamia, is considered the cradle of civilization. Nimrod's rule extended further as he later built Nineveh and other great cities in Assyria. These were not small villages, they were mighty centers of culture, politics, and religion. Nimrod's leadership skills were undeniable. He organized people, built societies, and created one of the earliest empires in human history. But his legacy is not remembered only for building. It is also tied to rebellion, as Babel became a place where humans tried to exalt themselves instead of honoring God. Nimrod's story carries a lesson for all generations. While he achieved greatness in the eyes of the world, he failed to honor God with his power. The Tower of Babel reminds us that human pride leads to downfall, while humility before God leads to blessing. Nimrod's kingdom scattered, but God's kingdom endures forever. For Bible readers today, Nimrod is more than a historical figure. He is a symbol of both the potential and danger of leadership. His rise as the first black king in the Bible shows the influence of African heritage in shaping early human history, while his fall reminds us of the importance of walking humbly with God. When we look back at Nimrod's life, we see a man who stood at the dawn of civilization. He hunted, ruled, and built with unmatched strength. His African roots through Cush connect him to a heritage of resilience and power. Yet the Bible does not glorify him, it warns us through his story. Human kingdoms rise and fall, but only God's kingdom remains. Nimrod was the first black king in the Bible, but his story calls us not to pride, but to surrender, not to rebellion, but to obedience. His life asks each of us, will we build our own tower of pride, or will we build our lives on God's foundation? Thanks for watching the video on my Timeless Bible Story family. Please subscribe my YouTube channel to get more videos. See you soon with the new videos. Bye.